Mr. King.
Brook Brothers.
Whoa, been a minute, now we stepping out. Party on the beach in Miami South. Lit, pull up. Now the bottles in drought. Bring 'em. Seen a bad thing, so I step around. Wait a sec, I told her that she looking like money. 100 grand. Then I asked, could you do a dance for me? Pocket talk. She made the waistline go dummy. Yeah. Said maybe later we can leave if you're lucky. Time in the place. I'm down. Show me the way right now. Make me a believer. I know that she could be the best I ever had in my life. Hey, wind up, making all the dudes just line up, looking for a chance to leave with you. So bring me that body, make it go. Get low, 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 get low.
That bitch party, place full of girl like Prince Just. I've been the door park up them boy. Career like when champagne pop. Take off. Brooklyn and Bay South Beach. I see a PYT that me want reach. I'm in my way through the crowds, me see one street. When me buck out, she mine. Once the God speak, my God, me want it. Yeah, girl, me want it. My God, girl, me want it. Didn't expect her to drop it on me. I held on, these bent ass popping on me. A little dread spilt the cup, now Ciroc is on me. She told me, boo, let's get low, lip locking on me.
Get low, 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 get low.
With the melody, touch my body. Let's dance, just put your hands on me, yeah. I feel the bass when it hits, I can't control myself, I lose my mind. Don't let it end, do it again. On and never again, never again.
Get low, 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 get low.
We back at it with the amazing producers Brook Brovaz and the bosses. We still here with the bosses, entrepreneur Chloe Love in the building.
What's going on?
Yeah, well, y'all sound real. What's up? What's going on? That's that Barry White. That's how you be talking to him.
What's going on?
Yeah. So what's going on with you?
Everything, man. We here. We here. Just we here with y'all. We glad to, that we here.
So y'all produce a lot of music. Y'all, and I seen that y'all did a lot of Caribbean vibes and stuff like that. So what made y'all come together and create the Brook Brothers? What was that like?
Well, the Brooklyn Brothers was established, founded in 2009. It was just a bunch of brothers from the hood just wanting to come up with something creative, innovative, but didn't sound real corny, because Brooklyn Brothers was very long. So we just cut it to Brook Brothers, and we also knew there was a suit company called Brook Brothers that make men's attire. So to stop the confusion, we spelled it the way we spelled it. And, we just wanted to, where the streets meets elegance, kind of, a whole bunch of us brothers just came together, formulated, at the time, and we just didn't we lacked the structure until Chloe Love came on board. But that's how we found it. We just in the hood, just wanted to do music, chasing our dream. And once she came on board and formulated, rocket time, we just took off.
So y'all play behind the scenes, or do you do both? You on scene or off the scene?
Well, for the most part, it started, behind the scene with just, the production and dealing with the songwriting, like dealing with clients, things like that. And then Chloe, she was the face, she dealt with the business and things like that. But at some point, she would just like, after working with different artists and things like that, she was like, we noticed that the songs that we were doing, we was like, why don't we just try to promote it ourselves and be the face in the commercial for our own company to sell that music. Right. So that's kind of like where we came from behind the scenes.
Which is smart because, I mean, if you look at it, that's kind of like with Swiss and Pharrell, like they're like the face, like you look at them and you recognize them and you know what they're famous for. So that kind of makes sense. So are you Caribbean? Like, is your background Caribbean? Because I know I seen that you dealt with a lot of, all right, vibes, wagwan.
So we all the entire Brook Brothers, I believe, except our engineer. Shout out to Kia Siobhan, is Caribbean.
She part Bajan.
She
grandfather
Never
Bajan
mind.
or
She
something.
gets thrown in. So she's Asian. Everybody's up here. St. Vincent. I'm Jamaican. St. Lucia, Jamaican.
Okay.
So everybody's West Indian. So that's why we jumped out of the gate with those singles in that manner, so we can get the genuine respect from the community first, and not come out rapping and then try to incorporate it and sound corny or people not take us serious in that market. So we jumped out. We got the love from the West Indian community now. We're gonna give them what we do.
Yeah, shout out to Empress Cece and Royal G. They activated that video, man.
Empress Cece,
it went
Royal
viral
G,
because of them.
Taya Simmons get shot by a girl. She directed that. Both of our videos that have the Caribbean flavor to it. So it's definitely a movie, man. And I'm glad we jumped out that way, and now we can give y'all the hip hop, R&B.
Yeah, and I love it. So what's some of the artists that you worked with throughout since 2009?
Oh man, we have Rick Ross, Young Jeezy, Tony Braxton, Mike Bivens, Day 26, Petey Crack, Uncle Murder, Designer, Fresher, Rowdy Rebel, mad people, Foxy Brown at the time. It was mad. It's mad.
I see something on your Instagram, and I hope it's true. Did y'all do the Bright score?
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, did y'all do We Broken People? No, that was somebody else.
Nah. We just pretty much what we do is soundtrack and the scoring on television.
That's dope as shit though. Like, you know how major that's Will Smith. Yeah. Like, I'm sitting in front of people who produce for Will Smith. I did some tags. I came up with this word. I did. Yeah, like, that's amazing. So what is like working with these people? Like, I would be a groupie as hell. Like, y'all couldn't have me in the motherfucking studio. I'd be tripping. I don't know what to say. I'd probably get stuck. Like,
I mean, well, for the most part, if we just dealing with, we don't really see them as the level that most people, we see them as peers. Because we don't put ourselves on a level below that, because we're like, we worked on our talent to be at the level as that. Even if it's like they've done more and we don't take anything away from them. But it's like, if we see them as we're less than, then we won't be able to have to match the energy to become like peers.
But me, I don't think it's necessarily less than, because I'm pretty sure you established Brook Brothers in 2009. A lot of the people that you said you worked with and did score for has been out before that.
Well, they actually been doing this for at least 16 years each.
Yeah. Wow.
So the people that he's been working with, like Mike Bivens was before Brook Brothers. They collectively have done a lot of things that they brought their legacies to Brook Brothers.
But when that fan thing, I don't know. Like, maybe because I'm still new to this whole thing. Because I met Nas and I lost it quietly because I didn't want to be embarrassed.
You met Nas a few times yourself.
And I didn't know what to do. Like, you see how I'm all like, what's up? Yeah. And I was like.
And Swiss has to be Nas's biggest fan. Like, Swiss.
Yeah, that's my husband in my head. Like, you have I took it personal when he married Khalees. Like, it was, like, I was happy they broke up. Like, are you kidding me? And then when I finally seen him, you know how it played over in my head like a million times what the fuck I would do at the time. Right. And when I was like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I was so. And I was scared to even look and do anything because I didn't want to like turn him off or whatever. And it was crazy. I don't know how y'all could do it.
I think you just feel people's energy. Like when I met Common, I walked up to him and I hugged him and I said, brother, I'm so proud of you and your talent. There are a lot of actors who try to act and do the rapping thing, but you are so natural on camera. You let him know how you feel. Why does he drive you crazy? Like, that's the stuff that drives, because Common, he must have been having a hard day. He held me tight. He was like, thank you, sister. Right. So sometimes that little, I
think he felt that
yeah,
I was losing
let him know why
inside.
you like him, what his music has done for you, like how it makes you feel.
And so some of the music that you produced for people, it won awards, didn't it? Did you have any songs that won like Grammys or like?
I'm gonna keep it frank because we on the Matrix Cha show. So
that's right.
we honestly we were ghost producing for a lot of these artists. So that's why we say we work with Grammy Award winning and platinum, because there are some songs that out here that are platinum that I really can't speak on them because that's like water under the bridge. It was like we took some payments and produced some records and stuff like that for certain individuals, and you know, we paid our dues in the game. That was one thing Mike Biv did teach me. You know what I mean? You coming in, you're going to have to do some ghost producing. You're going to have to pay your dues. You know what I'm saying? Even if your song is platinum and, you know, we were young. You know what I'm saying? Not understanding the business fully. We signed our names on certain documents, and that's what happened. So once we formulate Brook Brovaz, we put it together the right way. You know what I'm saying? Got our EINs. You know what I'm saying? Got the studio. We, got our paperwork right, and now we are indulging differently in the game moving forward. You understand?
That's incredible. Like, I mean, I'm shocked, and I mean, I read about it and I Googled it, but it's nothing like actually talking about it. What was your favorite experience with one of these artists? Like, what was your favorite studio time mixing or whatever?
When I worked on, this is what I can talk about. I definitely worked on Toni Braxton's Libra when she did Breathe at the time. I did a remix with her and Freeway at the time. I feel like just being in the studio Freeway at Black Round Records, shout out to Barry Hankerson, when they had the studio in Manhattan, I was there and just seeing all the musicians in there, 20 producers at one time, 50 songwriters just working on a project, and I happen to be, we happen to be one of those producers, sitting in a building with a whole bunch of talent that's platinum, Grammy Award winning. I mean, they teach you things, you pick up on things, and it's not even always about music, it's about energy too, You get to really filter out who's chatting, who really got the talent, and being in that circle, amongst the elites like that, you start to pick up on.
Now, you've been among elites, and I'm pretty sure you also produce for upcoming artists as well. Right. So how are you able to decipher it or do, I don't know, I'm not too quite sure how to say this, but how you decipher the two? Do you treat them just as you would do with Chris Brown, or what would it take for upcoming artists to come to you and be like, can you produce my song, knowing that you've worked with such all of you work with such incredible people?
Well, it's still a business. We're not doing it to choose who to work with. We still run a company. So it's we have clients, people want to work with us. If we're providing a service for them, then we wouldn't be like, oh, nah, we're not gonna do that because we work with these guys, so we don't need to. It's not that. And ultimately, we love music.
Yes.
That's first and foremost, no matter what. So if it's someone that is genuinely have the same love and they're really doing this and they really it shows the passion in something, we could identify someone, that makes it easy. That's easily someone that we want to deal with.
I'm sorry, go ahead, finish.
I'm just saying that the issue with that is that a lot of people don't have the passion.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it just seems super easy, like anybody can do it. So they come, they get, they'll get a bag or a budget and they'll come to try to work with us to record. And it's we'll do it, but the problem is we're not getting anything from that. Because we like to work with people that's talented because we learn from people too. We don't always want to be the ones teaching or providing. We would like to, get something outside of just the financial as well. So it's dealing with whoever, it's not even more so who we work with, but we just prefer to work with people that have the same kind of passion so everyone can get something more than just financial from it.
And talent.
Yes, so since y'all been here, do me a favor, so since y'all been here, working here for 16 years, is it safe to say that long?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what is the difference between then and now with the way music is changing? Because I mean, hip hop was always changing. It was changing in our eras too. I think I'm in your era. I ain't, but yeah. So since then, 16 years, and then now, what's the difference? Is it better then, or is it okay now?
I feel like this era made a lot more millionaires due to the technology boom and getting, removing the middlemen in the situation, which were the labels for real. You know what I'm saying? What is it down to? What's the top labels now? It's like 3 head labels.
The big three.
The big 3.
Sony, Universal,
Yeah, that matters. Like this.
and Warner.
You know what I'm saying?
Warner.
So
Yeah.
what happened is you can be self-made now. You can just, everybody has their own camp, own production team, own everything in house. You know what I mean? And you can just market yourself. You understand? You can, whether it's TuneCore, CD Baby, whatever you use, you can facilitate music differently. Like I feel like back then the era we came in was more of a show and prove thing. You had to actually be nice. You had to actually have talent
Be
to do this.
skillful.
Yeah, to even be a prospect or looked at. You know what I mean? So I think that's what changed. Is it good and bad? I mean, I think it's both. I think it affected us both positive and negatively. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, I
it's
remember,
sad.
like, even with talking with Rockness Monster, he came in and, he was
OG.
saying how, people don't really pay attention to just the music, because at least back then, when you were the artist, you were the artist. Now you have to be the artist, the business owner, the marketer, the this, that, the third, to have it function and have it visible to people. And there was something also Nori says too all the time on
Shout out to Nori.
Yeah, on
He
Drink
gave me my-
Champs. Yeah, it was better. Was it better budgets back then? Because even though you had a middleman, they were providing all these hefty advances and all these hefty deals, I guess, and careers where people had $1 million videos and, chains banging tables before they had their full album out. So you think that was better? Because now you have to earn it. Like, in order for you to have a chain banging on whatever, you either was already selling drugs and hustling to get it, or you hustled hard enough to have that. So what would you say?
Well, shout out to Noriega. He actually gave me my first placement in the industry.
Okay.
Right before he did Super Thug, he gave me my shot in the industry. So shout out to Nori. But like you're saying, it's like I don't know. I feel like the artists didn't know the business as much, but I feel like the program directors and those in charge did care about the artists a little bit more than today.
Okay.
Now, like I said, because technology has evolved, artists are looking like, I don't need a management. I can be my own PR. I can do certain things.
But I must say, I feel like in our era, we built icons and legends.
Right.
This era, there's a lot of like one-hit wonders. So next year, somebody else is going to be hot. When, I feel like Remy's a part of our, 10 years later, she could still come out. Lil' Kim can still go platinum. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you don't catch your wave, I think there's a lot of wave riders now. Like, they're not going to be here 5-10 years
and
from
our
now.
attention span got, because remember, we could listen to whole albums.
Absolutely.
Like, whole albums. And the album could last like a year.
That's a fact.
And some change where that whole period, the artist could either be taking vacation or be working on the next album or be collaborating with other artists during that time. And then during that time, his album is playing. The single drop, then you have all this time. And then, and then it's the next single. So it's like, and then you won't hear from the artist in his own album until like the next 2 years, which will be okay because we already had a whole year. I mean, a whole album full of songs. And that changed a lot in this era. Like, it's
oversaturated. It's an oversaturated market.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Like I said, it's they're not really. And you gotta understand too is the climate shift in hip hop. The East and the West kind of had it for a while. When the South came, they represent a whole different culture. Like if it's a lot of New Yorkers that are in Atlanta right now or Texas in the South. Their culture is more dance, club, lean, and certain drugs and stuff that they do is their culture. You know what I'm saying? But do we fault them? I mean, we have to look at it like we had our run, so that's why we kind of have to fall back a little bit and say, you know what, we know where the Mecca is anyway. The crown always stays here in New York City on the East Coast, but the climate shift with the industry. You know what I'm saying? So now that industry has to accept that culture, you know what I mean? They got to find ways to market that. You understand what I'm saying? So
Speaking of culture, we a few days ago, Tekashi 6ix9ine was on the Breakfast Club, and as you know, he's been saying that he's the king of New York. Now, with the resume that y'all have, how do y'all feel about Tekashi 6ix9ine? You know that.
Shout out to Tekashi.
Yeah,
he's supposed
he's
to.
smart. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to feel like the king. He's supposed to
absolutely,
and he's doing the numbers. And let me make that clear too. I feel like we are hard on the next generation. They might not go about things organically the right way. I mean, I feel like a lot of the tradition, how we were brought up, is different. You know, with these young guys not really respecting the OGs or paying homage to the.
Well, there's no more OGs from this time. It's just everybody just making money, thinking they bosses because of it. No structure.
Tekashi, shout out to him. He's supposed to feel like he's the king. Because he got to will that to life. There's no other way he's gonna be super successful, be the king if he doesn't.
But he kind of told us in that interview what he's doing. He's doing exactly what I said. He's figuring out how to stand out in an oversaturated market. And Howard Stern said it. Bad publicity, good publicity is still publicity.
Right.
He said if he had 3 million followers, 1 million followed him because they loved him. The other 2 million followed him because they hated him and they wanted to hear what he would say next to hate him some more.
Right.
So I think he's kind of following that Howard Stern structure, and he's creating a lot. I hope he stays safe through it, because for him, I think this is just marketing.
Right.
I don't think that, you know, I'm not saying that he didn't come from the streets or he didn't live that lifestyle or whatever, but I don't think he's really
coming for his head.
Yeah, I don't think he really came in a sense, because he said it. I can say what I want, but I don't put my hands on people.
Right.
So that alone was enough to let you know, like, we come from hip hop where it's shit talk. So why you want to take it to something else? Take it back to music. And when he said that, he said a lot without saying it. You know,
Right.
so I think he understood that good publicity, bad publicity, it's still going to get you elevated fast. And the sad thing about it is negativity manifests a lot faster than positivity.
Yeah, and that is the sad thing. But let's take it to a lighter note. How did y'all get Bright? What was that like to do that? Like, what was that phone call like? Because I'd have been like, for real! I'd have been right! All right!
So pretty much, the interesting thing is we are with a music supervisor company. Three companies now. So what they do is pretty much, all right, so this part of the game, the publishing game with the TV, is like, it's not as easy to get into. It's pretty much dominated by the.
That's huge. Like, y'all y'all too laid back for me.
Nah, it's extremely hard to get into.
Huge,
so,
right?
so they pretty much.
I'd be crazy for y'all.
We did a MTV. We did something for MTV today. They took today. As a matter of fact.
Y'all also did the music for Viceland for Spike Lee.
Man,
Jesus
we did over 200. That's light. Like, we did over 200.
Y'all my new best friends. Like, we gotta start hanging out every weekend.
But they send out
and it's gonna be lit. Watch.
They send out these what they looking for what, you know, whether it's Netflix, a Hulu commercial, or whatever we got to score. We score. A6. Oh yeah, shout out to A6. We doing a whole
Their
A6
new
commercial.
Campaign. That commercial is Brook Brovaz. So when you see it on TV and you hear them drums and everything, that's our commercial.
Yeah, we
Jesus Christ, y'all.
So it's a whole bunch. We doing it. We dominating TV. I could just say that. It's just
that's really dope, because not a lot of producers can say that. Like, it's so many producers out here. They'll produce a hit and it's like you said, fly by night, and the career is over, and the longevity is crazy with y'all. I have to ask, who is your top 5s dead or alive? And it could be either artists or producers, or artists/producers.
Do I get a 5 too?
Yeah, you can get a 5. Because to be able to manage this, I mean, it's dope. And, you know, I had to have you first and up as the individual. This is the woman behind this. She's always the fucking woman, a black woman. You see that?
Cooler.
That's black, beautiful, excellence, dominance, everything. When Puffy be posting that Black Panther, that's really her.
Definitely one of my top 5.
You don't even know that yet. But yeah. So, like, and what I was saying, like, you had me caught up.
Top 5.
Yes, top 5s,
Right.
dead or alive.
So for rap is definitely Jadakiss, Big L, Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas.
I forgot to fucking tell you
New
you
York.
can't do that. All right, I forgot to tell you you can't do that. I was so wrapped up because you can't say Biggie J. That's like
They don't count.
typical. They don't count it.
Damn.
Because my thing is, asking that question is never the top two. It's always the bottom three that let me know who you are.
Yeah.
The real artist or the real listener. Because everybody says that, but like they always say like something else.
Well,
You'd be like, for real,
Yeah,
really?
you
Why?
gotta say why though.
I'm gonna tell you why because
We defer on our top one.
which one was that?
You know, Tupac is number one for me.
Oh yeah, she like Pac. Shout out to Pac. Pac was good too.
Right, his sexy ass. That was my first husband, but then he died, so I had to like.
Oh, so I gotta
or
give
he
you.
moved.
I gotta give you outside of Biggie, Jay-Z.
Yeah, give me
Alright,
outside of that.
I said Big L.
Yes.
It's definitely Jada Kiss. I would definitely have to put Joe Buttons, Royce the 5'9".
Okay, people don't say
Yeah,
that.
Royce the 5'9".
I like
is a
Joe.
beast.
Joe is like
Nah,
a fucking.
Joe is definitely great.
Yeah.
And Pusha T. I think Pusha
T too, and he's a fucking genius too.
Right.
That I'm loving it. McDonald's, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's Pusha T. People don't even know that. So, yeah. So why Joe Buttons? Because that's a new one. Nobody never says that.
It's the passion and the pain that he put in the music, man, and his messages. You understand? I feel like
Or Royce
I
5'9".
feel like Joe, yeah, a lot of these guys they give you them.
Yeah.
You know, it's no fabrication in their stories, and no holes in their story. They're giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? On record, it's not always about popping bottles. It's about facing addiction. It's about contemplating suicide. It's about really, you know, being on the verge of losing it because you know you don't know how to deal with fame and stuff like that. I love that type of artistry, man. That's real art.
And I must admit, he is a great lyricist.
Yeah,
the whole
he's fire.
Slaughterhouse team. Shout out to Joel Ortiz.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them. So I was just in the 5, but I got a whole bunch of.
Give me 2 more, and then we'll move on. Cause you did give me 5 already. Just give me. I'm curious about 2 more.
We can't say DMX though, because
Of course,
he's an elite.
but he's mine. So
But all right, but he an elite though. He in that elite circle.
No, he's not actually. I'm not gonna put him there because this year. No, he is. Wait, hold on. Let me back up. Hold on, cause y'all sound like y'all wanna fight. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that. Please don't take my fucking head off. He is a part of there.
Right.
But normally when you ask that question, you never hear
Hear
DMX
DMX.
up until a few months. Right or wrong, engineer? Up until a few months. Yo, I kid you not. Like I said, I've been doing this show for a year. Even before the show, I've been in this lifestyle. I've never heard so many people say DMX up until 4 months.
Really?
And it was every artist that we had in here.
Yikes.
Every week, consistently DMX. Shout out to DMX. And I'm not saying he's not that artist, because he was. He was very dope, very lyricist. I don't want, because y'all be sounding like y'all want to fight when I be saying that shit. Don't calm down, right? Calm down. I'm not saying he's not that. It's just you don't hear it up until recent.
Right.
Up until recent, people giving him his props as top 5 dead or alive. You wasn't hearing that shit before.
All right, so if we gonna put him in the elite, my other 2 is definitely the underrated but rated MCs for me is Spado from Major Figures and Ludacris. I feel like they don't get the credit that they
took another
deserve.
one of mine.
I like later Luda.
Right.
I don't know, for some reason I don't like early Luda. It's too
Animated.
I mean, it was you had to
much.
embrace
I
the culture.
loved
So
it.
something, you know, that's what's up. He
Maybe.
had to give you a, you know, he was spitting for a southern. These guys was jumping around and just in the part. He was really spitting like him
What are
and
you talking
Pusha
about?
really held
Your
down.
daughter's jacket.
This and T.I. and certain other Jeezy, they definitely gave you content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In their culture, that's not really their culture. You know what I'm saying? But they keeping our East Coast flavor alive. Rick Ross, shout out to all of them. They
Yeah, I
really-
love Rick
They really
Ross.
keeping it alive on the East
That
Coast.
Maybach sound, I loved it.
Sound.
I still love
Right.
it. So what's yours?
So everybody know Pac is number 1 for me, and since I can't name him, but it was Pac revolutionized rap in so many ways by working with people like Phil Collins, doing he started the rap rock. You know what I'm saying?
That's negative.
Crossovers.
I
He
run
made
DMC.
it big.
I run DMC.
It don't matter. He made it big for Jay-Z to do encore. He wouldn't have thought that way if it wasn't for Pac. Anyhow, because we always have this.
That's a
argument.
good debate, though.
We always have this.
We need to talk
argument.
about that shit next Wednesday.
We always have that argument.
Rap
but-
and rock. Who did it
Rap
better?
and rock, yeah, definitely. So, but if we're gonna remove the Pac and the Biggie, because that's the one in the number 2, I love Jada Kiss. I love Jada Kiss. I love Jada Kiss. I love his wittiness. I love his voice. I love his performance. I love the effortlessness that comes with it. I love Jadakiss. I love DMX. I love the storyteller. I can paint a picture, close my eyes, and see the video. As a matter of fact, shout out to Celeb, Cooler Celeb. He was one of our artists, and I felt he would have been one of the best in our time. And when I always tell people, even singers, think about DMX when you perform, because DMX gave you theater in that booth.
He makes you want to punch somebody in the face and then cry and pray for him
sometimes
in the same breath.
That's a fact. But the fact that he can invoke those emotions in you
Yeah.
is what you want to be able to do in that booth. You want to be able to move people one way or another. So DMX is definitely number 2 for me. Eminem is number 3 for me.
Royce.
Yeah, Eminem
Royce.
is one of my top. I see them eyes got closer.
I say Royce.
Eminem is definitely in my top 5, dead or alive.
Each his own.
I love
Who am I
Marshall
to
Mathers. I feel like there's been a lot of, because he's white, he gets a lot of flack. Yes, he did things that black people couldn't do, like I'm Slim Shady and this, that, and the other. But I also feel like if you really listen to his lyrical content, those punchlines, those metaphors, I don't care what color you are, M is chewing niggas up out here. At the end of 8 Mile, they had him freestyle against the top 3 in the crowd, and he ate everybody in Detroit. And they took the top 3 nicest in Detroit.
Not Royce.
We
know that.
defer with Royce too. I listen to Royce music.
Eminem already admitted that, though.
Eminem can say what he wants. He could be humble. He got to be humble. At this point, nobody wanted to take him on because he was a white hardcore rapper from Detroit. Eminem is number 3 for me. Eminem is number 3 for me.
We gotta talk about that some more next week.
Number 4 is actually a producer, and it's Brian Michael Cox.
Okay.
He's a songwriter and a producer, and he's ridiculously talented to the point where
He's a god, man. He's a god.
it does not limit. Like, this guy is. I be on his live, and I be like, hello, but he don't. I know he see me because he be looking. I'm like, there's only 3 of us in here. Hello. You know what I'm saying? I know you see me. I'm coming for you. Make sure you remember my face. So I love Brian Michael Cox. I love his energy. I love what he puts into his music. I love his creativity and his talent. And number 5, dead or alive, I love Andre 3000, man.
Wow! Shout out to the fellow Gemini. I'm a Gemini too.
Yeah. I think
he
Andre
is
3000
dope
is on
though.
another level of
Aquemini
dope,
sold me on him. Cadillac, the first stuff, I kind of like it too. But something about that Aquemini album,
Yeah,
really.
Andre different, man, but he's nice. He's a bit limitless.
Are you
himself.
all right over there? You look like you wanna.
Nah, I'm a little under. I'm good though.
Oh, okay. I'm like, hold on, are you all right over there?
I'm definitely good.
Cause you twitching a little bit.
Nah, I'm
It's a
definitely
little
good.
bit discomfort there.
Nah, I'm great. I'm great.
Okay. So why Andre 3000?
I love his lyrical ability as well, and I love his uniqueness within it. I don't think that Andre sounds like anybody or does anything that anyone else does, from the perms to the shake it like a Polaroid picture. But I feel like he brings it with every song, no matter how pop someone may think it is. If you listen to his lyrical content, he never gives up. He never gives you watered down stuff. I think Andre coming out with the stuff, or the name of the group, him and Big Boy, Outkast. I think the music that they did opened up the door for pop rap. And I feel like it opened up the door, but it let some shit in that it wasn't supposed to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It might have been the gateway to the fuckery we be seeing
That's
now.
what I think it was. I think it just kept going. There was no
opened
end to that black, the Big Bang Theory,
right? And
Yeah.
what are yours?
Well, me, I don't really have top. That's why I let them, they know that though. Like, I don't have.
It's nobody like growing up.
Well, producers,
I have no. There's
everybody.
people that I've had influences from, but there's no one that I don't have like a top, because I literally the span of music I listen to is.
All right, so
it doesn't. But the people I've been influenced by.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say that. So who
well,
were
just
you?
for production though. It's Timbaland.
Okay.
It's Timbaland, Brian Michael,
Cox?
Yeah, Danger, yeah. Brian Michael and Dark Child.
Dark Child, that's dope.
So those
What
three.
was your favorite Dark Child production that had you like, oh my God, like jumping out the window when you heard the track come on?
I mean, it was a lot of them. Like just because once I found out he was doing pop, pop also, he was going across genres. Like R&B, like even like all the Brandy stuff he was doing.
I was get out my mind because I was like, I love what he did with Brandy. I love Brandy because of Dark Child.
Brandy albums, like he was going nuts on those.
Yeah, like if they was fucking, like he was giving her tracks, boy, like sitting on top of the world. What that? Heavy in there, like
Yeah, but I mean,
and she sang better too on Dark Child. Like I don't know, right?
He
like,
was in there like helping like vocally produce. Like
Yeah,
he's a
he
musician. Like he's really producing records. So that's the difference between a beat maker.
A beat maker and a producer.
Brian Michael Cox, Dark Child, Timbaland. These guys are composers, man. They get in there with the artists and really get down to the
nitty-gritty of it.
Vocal arrangement, to the ad-libs of the song, to the beat. They go all the way.
Which we do as well at Brook Brovaz.
Yeah, we produce. We don't just make
that was gonna be my next question. What sets you apart from everybody else, especially your peers, people that would? I mean, I know Timbaland and all these other, and especially with the caliber of artists that you work with, but the producers that's out there now, starting to make noise. Like, what's his name? That produced some of Cardi's track. But what's the other guy's name? With the dreads,
Swift, is it?
Swift.
Swift
Swift on Demand, and those type of producers that's really getting buzz now. Like, what stands y'all apart from them? Not trying to compare y'all. I'm not trying to start no beef, but I'm just saying.
All the producers. I just feel like for Brook Brovaz, all the way across the board, I feel like we bring a level of musicality that's, untapped or unheard of. I really think we have a real crazy extensive catalog. There's producers that do certain things and specialize in certain things. I think all the way across the board we improve, from television scoring all the way down to rap, hip hop to boom bap. I think we've really got it all covered and really placed some great records with some artists in all of these genres. And soon, the world gonna see again when we reactivate this whole situation. And that's for me.
Yeah, even like not so much that really by setting us apart, but just really trying to be a production company that offers more than an average production company. So that's why, like, even dealing with production, with music, like he said, that we really cover all genres. Like usually when we say it to people, generally they say, "Oh, so you do pop, R&B, and rap?" We're like, "No, we do like all
country,
music."
Country,
just be like, I would do music,
video games, TV,
and Afrobeat is really popping now.
I mean, all of that is our culture. So it's not like we're not doing it because that's popping now. Let's get on it now. This is who we are. Like first, then we start doing it because that's our blood. Then we grew up listening to these things, so that's why we're even able to have this extensive level of music. And then so once we start producing, we want to produce things that sound like this is what they do, not like it sound they're trying to do that. It's like some rap dudes trying to do some soca or some, we want it to be like when they hear it, it's like, they must be soca producers, they must be dancehall producers, or they rock. That's how genuine and authentic we want it to sound.
Right.
And then when they hear that we covered so many different things and it sounds like that's all we do, that's when we know we've made it. Like that's the kind of success we want to bring to our business.
Facts.
Well, before we wrap it up, I got like 2 more questions. I got more, but it's just like, ugh. All right. So y'all covered a lot, like from the artists to on TV, movie scores.
And we got DJs too.
And
sorry.
look
Shout
at
out
that,
to one of our
DJs.
DJs, Bin Laden, Brook
Hi,
Brovaz
Bin
official
Laden.
DJ. Bin Laden, not Bin.
So I was about to say,
And
DJ
Takeover.
I don't want no problems, But with all of that, what would y'all like? What do y'all feel like y'all haven't done yet that y'all would like to explore?
Go platinum and get the credit.
You know what? It's just really, it's really physically putting them plaques on the wall and having a Grammy in the hand, as well as really just going down with the greats. Like when you think about producers, like really, really great producers like he just named, and the ones you don't, like a Easy Mo B, Track Masters, DJ Scratch. I just want us, when they say Brook Brovaz, like we really go down in history in all genres. Like if people are collecting awards in pop, EDM, we just collect awards for every genre. So we go down in history.
This is a special episode of Unsung Heroes here. I feel like I had a unsung special edition. This is the type of people that we miss. I mean, I'm joking, but it's not funny. Like, A lot of people, even I remember French Montana. What the hell is that song that was so dope? I don't even know the song, but he couldn't even name the producer who produced that track. Unforgettable. And you see how major that song was? And he couldn't tell you who the fuck produced that track. He just got up on it and it fucking went. It hit. It was like number one. It was on in every club, on the radio, everything. And he could not name the geniuses. And honestly, I don't think it would have been hot like that without that fucking beat.
It was that beat that got
that
you.
beat killed it. It had you ready to pop that booty.
Yeah, it was that beat that picked you up out that chair.
Yeah, it gave you that vibe. And I always say that it's okay. The artist is fine, but I think the producer can make the artist. Because we was even talking about it just now. Brandy sounded incredible when she was with Dark Child. Her voice, everything like that. Do y'all ever think about doing artist development as well? Because that's missing in the industry. You know, people come on, and I even had guests come on the show and haven't never been on the interview, or know how to talk on the interview, even though I could be crazy or whatever, but still have that poise and they don't know what to say.
A service that I offered was artist development, and I just recently started it back with 2 artists, one in Jacksonville, Bronze Goddess, and one out here from Astoria, Jasmine. So I actually had the same aha moment that you had, and I said I'm gonna take 2 on. I ain't gonna take more than 2 because I got other things going on, but it's been going really well from the beginning to I had to delete like their whole Instagram and set up photo shoots and you know the quality of music that's putting out, go back and forth with this is what you'll answer this way because you're telling me what you want to say, but sometimes they get there, they can't articulate it. So we do mock interviews and stuff like that. And yeah, I actually offered that service a few times and I just started it back. I got my 2 clients.
I feel like handling rappers the same way. I just feel like with me, it's just a genuine thing that I do with the art. I naturally go into artist development mode because before even production, I passed on 2 deals with RCA and Atlantic as a rap artist. You know what I'm saying? And when I get into the studio with artists, I naturally just have to fix ad-libs or tell them how to, you know, put certain inflections on your voice, you know, pause right here on the record. I get into that mode naturally. So it's like, artist development always kind of comes with the production package because we produced all the way to the end of the record. We just don't run the beat or have the engineer doing just sit there and watch. We have to get involved, be hands-on because this is what you present to the world, especially if our name is on it, gotta be A1. So we always super hands-on with any artist that, from rapper, singer, songwriter, we just develop from top to bottom.
All right, and there you have it, y'all. Brook Brothers was definitely in the building.
Yes,
before we leave, is there anybody or anything you would like to say or give shout outs to? And also, after you say that, I want everybody to for those that's watching, where they can find you, your Instagram, websites, if they need a track, who to holler at.
It's definitely just www.brookbrovaz, BROOK, V as in Victor, A as in Apple, Z as in Zebra.com. Has all of our social media handles on it, every one of us up here all the way across the board.
Okay, and is there anything you would like to tell the upcoming producers out there?
Just stay down until you come up, man. You understand? Stay honorable, stay true to your craft, and you'll get a lot of no's before you get one yes. When you do what you love, it never feels like work. Just keep doing what you love.
Yeah.
Can I have a sidebar question just because it came into my mind? Who's the next artist that you haven't worked with yet that you would love to get your hands on?
I ain't gonna lie. On the R&B side, it'll probably be Breezy. Like
Chris Brown?
Like
Chris
really,
Brown,
really,
definitely.
really get in there and really work with, boy. On a rap side, like Kiss, any one of the elites, man, like Jada, Fab, you know what I'm saying, Nas, like to really get in there and cook up with them. It'd be a dream of ours to really do it, you know? Because we really be next to a lot of these people. It's just really solidifying the deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's coming though.
You never know. What a bottle of rosé.
It's coming.
It might could work, right? That's how things happen. Bottle of rosé, y'all talking shit. Oh, come with me, I'm at the after party. There's gonna be mad bitches. no bitches, but then you have a studio section, you play the beat, right? That always happens like that.
One of the goals that we want to have that we spoke about is we want to be able to build the next biggest artist from the ground up. So not something somebody else did, but to show our full potential from beginning to end and build a platinum artist that no one ever heard of. That's definitely one of the production and team goals. So shout out to Bronze Goddess, shout out to Jasmine.
Like the Frankenstein type thing.
Yeah, we want to build somebody from the ground up. And
that's when you really see someone's credentials.
Yeah.
Yeah, working with stars is one thing, but creating one, that's when you're solidified. Well, as far as in the industry, and that's where we really want to be certified as in the industry, like amongst those peers. Of course, like, you know, like consumers and, you know, fans, things like that. But they're not gonna really care that you built someone. They're just gonna be like, oh, that's hot, we're gonna buy it. But the industry will understand, oh, we need those services because these guys are certified. You created a star, you have what it takes. So it's like you won't have to. It'll be a little easier to, you know, kind of make those connections at that point. So that's where you want to get to creating.
That's dope. I think today was an incredible, amazing interview.
Thank you.
It was an incredible, amazing show. I am honored. And you know what made this even doper? Because last week when we canceled, it wasn't my fault or you guys' fault. And the fact that even with your background and your history, y'all still had the decency to still show up today and provide me with your time. And you know, I tried my best to make the best of it, to make sure that you had a dope ass interview, and I hope I did my job. But I am blessed that y'all here today and that gave me the time of day to even explore your world. This is a glimpse. And you have the event Friday be coming out too.
Absolutely.
So you know, let them know what it's about and to pop out and get the ticket and all of that.
You can go to Eventbrite. I may have to shut the event down because shut down the tickets because I'm at 115 people in the building. I'm so grateful. I couldn't have had expected such a fantastic response for my first event like this, and people are still rolling in. I tried to tell some of y'all get your tickets early because I'm gonna have to close it out. So we're at 115 people in the building, and I'm trying not to get to 200 because you know it'll be a quick 40 people a day buy their tickets the day of and the day before. So if you haven't gotten your ticket already, it's on Eventbrite. Changing the world one woman at a time. Get it tonight.
Click the link in her bio.
Click the link in my bio. Chloe Love, CLOELUV.
And this is the last week of Women's Month, so we need to go finish this month off strong. This is a perfect way to end this month with a strong boisterous in the building, doing major things. Brothers, men, kings out here doing big things out here, and I'm proud to salute y'all.
Bless Queen, we appreciate you.
And we up off this. Let's get into some more Brook Brothers on our way up or out of here. Thank y'all for coming. See y'all next week. Wow, that was amazing.
Make it jump, jump and jiggle. Stop. me watch you. Watch you, watch you, watch you. Wine. Come here, girl, make me watch you. Watch you, watch you, watch you. Wine. You never tell me, say she bad so. Make me one play like banjo. Girl, big finger, you hot so. The way your mind never know, say you bad. Hear me? Hold on, let me get one too. That one that she me want to. Brethren, walk up and go for ya. One silver, wine and bubble her. Yeah. She a axe to don't trouble her. Next one can't dance, gone too far. No sir, it's alright, we no chase ya. We make them walk up like Nama. Turn and